So this is a pit that contains some Cunningham Skinks at the reptile park. Amazing little setup, and I love this species. Here we have a Perentie. The Perentes are the second largest monitor in the world. Now in this little exhibit here, there's a few frill neck lizards and about 2 shinglebacks, I believe. Awesome little setup. I quite like this. Very naturalistic. Obviously you've got the height for the frill necks to get up and the ground for the shinglebacks. But it looks really nice, and I quite like this exhibit. And they are 2 of my favourite lizards as well. These little night skinks were pretty cool. Obviously, there being lots in here, they must be a communal little skink, but they are very awesome. The central netted dragons are really cool little dragons, and they stay on the smaller side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a break from the actual Lost World reptile section and watch zookeeper Dan feed Elvis the crocodile.
There's no way in the world the crocodile would be this big if he was under 40, and he's way too pretty to be 60. So he's sitting right in the middle, and we say he's around 50 years old. Why that's exciting for us is because we know crocodiles can live potentially for around 100 years, maybe more. So Elvis might be here for another 30, 40, 50, even potentially 55 years. She was missing a large part of her body. He decapitated her. He ripped her head off. A year went by, thought he might have grown up a little bit. Let's give him girlfriend number 2. Unfortunately for girlfriend number 2, she met the same fate. Once again, they found her at the bottom of the pond, missing her head. So the crocodile farm was kind of stuck. They thought, what are we going to do? We've got a big, giant, scary crocodile that doesn't want to breed. No point keeping him here. So of course, where does he end up? With us at the reptile park, and he's been living here ever since. Pressure. What that means, if he grabs you on the skull, you're dead instantly. If he grabs you mid-body, even worse. You're going to blow out either end like a bad roll of toothpaste. If he grabs you on the leg, you're not going to be dead, you're going to be pretty angry. Jesus. Now feeding a crocodile from front on, that's pretty silly. Side on's plain stupid. He could strike out and hit this tree in the blink of an eye. Sorry if you get a bit of a splash there, bud. That's the spot. Now you can hear that sound. I heard you all go, ooh, that's that 3,000 pounds I was talking about. Fair dinkum, sounds like a gun. Boy, we'll go one more this side. You might even get this one. Nah, a little bit. You really can't appreciate how big a saltwater crocodile is until they're out of the water. The water refracts their image. You lose about 30%. In a few seconds, you're going to get a good sight of what a 4.5 metre crocodile looks like. And I'm going to get a very good sight of what a 4.5 metre crocodile looks like. Come on, big fella. You're going to come out. I can hear a baby crying, so I've done a great job. There we go. One more. Go this side, buddy. I've lost my food. There we go.
So that was pretty awesome, but now let's go have a look at some more of the reptiles that are in the Lost World exhibit. So here we have a few Hosmer skinks, and then in the next exhibit here we have Pygmy bearded dragons. So in this part here we have a few different snakes. There was your blue-bellied, this is your death adder. I really like these this row of snake cages. They're very well set up and nicely, like, they're very natural, and I just really like them. Here you have your Pygmy Mulga, or your Pygmy brown snake. You have a Taipan. In the next one you have an inland Taipan. I guess you can just kind of see the difference there between the both. One has a white head and the other one doesn't. And then last but not least, in this little row you have your western brown snake. There you have a nice little setup. This is for your Gila monsters. The Gila monsters are one of the 2 only true venomous lizards, and yeah, nice little setup for the Gila monsters. Again, we're just going to have a quick little break and have a look at one of the shows that they do in the afternoon at the park.
And this lizard here has one of the best scientific names that you are ever going to hear. This is Reptile leachianus, the New Caledonian giant gecko. Now, tiger snakes, they are the 4th most venomous snake in the world. Number 4, as I mentioned, is this one right here. It's called a tiger snake because a lot of them do have those nice prominent bands running across the length of the body. But they don't have to have these bands. A lot of them are only partially banded, some like this one here, jet black, no bands whatsoever. Now right now the snake's not too happy. Ideally it wants to bite Dan, but instead what it's going to do is bite that vial there. Dan's going to introduce the snake to the vial. That vial's got a piece of plastic film stretched across the opening, and when the snake bites, theoretically the fangs pierce the plastic and venom should begin to collect at the bottom of the vial. Now Dan's going to bring this one around, and you can, I just called you Zach. Zach's another bloke that works here at the park, substantially larger than Dan, if you get what I mean, and he's got red hair, so that's just a massive insult to Dan. He's actually quite a good-looking bloke. Litres of blood out into its various properties, and the part that they want is the plasma. The plasma is the good part that contains those venom-resistant antibodies, and those antibodies, a lot of them processed, purified. What we're going to look at now comes from the United States. Now you'll notice a box inside a box. Double security for this one is move this around just like this, and we are just going to lift the lid, and if you know what it is, call it out. I heard a few people say it. This is of course a rattlesnake. Now the one we're looking at here today is one of the largest. This is the Western Diamondback rattlesnake. In the desert darkness, it's like an infrared camera. That snake can see it, it strikes out with incredible speed and incredible accuracy, and just like that, it's got its dinner. Now it's certainly not something you want to be bitten by. Most of our Australian venomous snakes are Australian or rapids, have very, very short fangs. Big 6-foot brown snake has fangs 2 millimetres in length. Well, this is a bit of excitement for you. This snake here is particularly active today, and an active rattlesnake is not something that you really want to be dealing with. Alright, I'm just going to bring this box back a little bit, try and get them in. Now just when you think you're out of the woods, the snake can stick the head straight back out, but he hasn't today, so the snake is back. Now this is a rhinoceros iguana. Now rhinoceros iguana is not an Australian species. They occur over in the Caribbean. They're a native to the Dominican Republic.
What he wants to eat is a medium to large sized mammal. Something like a kangaroo or a wallaby, or even a 1,000-kilo water buffalo. And of course humans fit right into the middle of that category.
So here we are again, back in the lost world of the reptiles. Here we have the green iguana, and it's a nice setup. There's actually 2 in here. The other one was just in a darker spot to film, but that is the green iguana. Here's a little Fijian crested iguana. I remember actually playing with these in Fiji a long time ago. Awesome lizard. Here we have a little veiled chameleon. Awesome little chameleons. Wish we could own these in Australia. Unfortunately not, but awesome little lizards. So here we have another row of snakes. We're starting off here with the brown tree snake. Awesome snake. You got your green tree python, the most beautiful python I'd say out there. You got a corn snake, which isn't found in Australia. It's a very common pet overseas in America. You got your Stimpson's python, which is literally the one snake that I would really love to own, but my parents are afraid of snakes. You got your ball python, a very popular pet overseas, obviously not here in Australia. Then you got your jungle carpet python. The lighting wasn't great here, but here you can see the reticulated python. So this is obviously a king cobra. They're actually really massive snakes. I wasn't really that aware of how big they were, but they're really big. Awesome snake. So here we have some baby American alligators. These things are so tiny and adorable. And then next to them we also have some Indian star tortoises, and I really wish that these were legal in Australia. They're awesome. So here we have some juvenile alligators, and obviously we have this huge Egyptian crocodile. But this is an awesome little setup. Absolutely love the setup. Here we have a little baby saltwater crocodile. It's so cute. So that's all the footage I have from the Australian Reptile Park. I really enjoyed the experience. It was great talking to zookeeper Dan, and yeah, overall great experience, and I absolutely love the Reptile Park.